And we are live. Good evening, ladies. How are you all? So, I welcome you all to today's talk show, Sheflix, the GWC talk show, episode 23. Last year, on 15th of August, we started with this show, and since then, we are bringing inspirational stories all around the world at our show. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a successful woman entrepreneur. She did not work, she did not dreamt of success. She worked for success. And let's know the story of success from the horse's mouth. Welcome, Shweta Arora.
Thank you, Akanksha. Thank you so much.
How are you?
Very well. How about you?
Well, thank you so much. I'm doing great. Thank you. Shweta, we have already shared a short profile about you, short bio about you, but we would like to know more about your work from you.
Sure. I think most of the community here must be aware that I am from News Shuttle from the bio. And News Shuttle started 3 years back as a newspaper for children.
Wow.
And it has over time evolved in different spectrums where we have stretched ourselves to completely technology because of pandemic. So we have evolved into technology completely instead of a physical paper now. And over the years, I have learned that if you are an entrepreneur, challenges are a must. Challenges are a must. You cannot survive without them, and there is no fun without them.
Wonderful. That's very true. Challenges are kind of opportunities that you create. So challenges can be
Absolutely.
wonderful. That's very well said. So how it all started? How, as you said, you started it 3 years back. So what was
Yeah.
the idea that came up, and how it all started? Why did you think that you have to start this startup?
So the thought came in because our eldest son was about 9 to 10 years then, and he would pick up to read anything. We realized that papers were full of violence, vulgarity, and things that we didn't want a 9 year old to know. So we came up with an idea that we should customize and tailor make newspaper for children. That's how the whole idea started. We reached out to several schools and were open heartedly accepted. The circulation reached about 5,000 in last few years, and
Wow.
only until, of course, pandemic hit everyone and each business. So that's how the idea came into being.
Wow. So, as an entrepreneur, you always look for solutions of a problem. So, the problem, as a mother, you found few problems that were pertaining to the media. Then you realized to create a solution for that problem, and you started working on it.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. That's amazing. So, all the women over here who are listening to us, please start sharing this amazing story to other platforms and let people know about this successful women. So, the next question that comes in my mind is, as we start something new, we began a new journey. And as we start, we don't have that much of information about, for example, if I want to start something as an entrepreneur, I don't have that much of information about how to start, and due to which majority of the women, they put their feet behind that I won't be able to go ahead in this, so let me just hold for a few years, then I'll see if I can start or not. And then there comes this ratio of quitting. So how it happened with you? What were the challenges, and how you overcome those challenges?
So there were several challenges, one being that it was a one-man army in the initial stage where I was the receptionist and I was the person who was editing the paper. I was the person who was going for marketing. And yes, definitely there were pitfalls, there were confusions. There were times when it felt that it's better to leave this and pick back a corporate job which paid much more handsomely than this. But then there is fun and there's a different kind of satisfaction when you live your dreams and when people start validating those dreams. Example, when we started the paper, we started receiving such amazing feedback from parents that you are designing the paper absolutely for the need of kids and it is so wonderfully done, the kid doesn't leave the paper. So all of that is kind of a vitamin to keep going, and that's what kept us going. Secondly, we were very fortunate to meet the right kind of people in our team. So we currently have people from Bangalore, Lucknow, Mumbai, Delhi who are a part of the team. They are mommies from different streams who have been authors of beautiful books, and yet they continue to be with us. So their experiences came handy, and then we could eventually focus one each area. So that's how we started, and those were the basic challenges.
Right, right. So, as you said, building a team plays a very important role in an entrepreneur's journey. So,
Essentially.
yeah, bringing those people, those like-minded people into under one roof is a big challenge, I would say. So, how did
Yes.
you identify the traits that were required uh, for a team member of Innovation Shuttle and New Shuttle? Sorry, and how did you bridge that gap? Because at times it becomes difficult for an entrepreneur to make someone believe in the idea and make someone to be the part of that idea.
Absolutely. And the biggest challenge is because each of them has their own dream also. So it was essential that we align their dream to News Shuttle's dream. So
Right.
together yes, it was very essential because each of them, they were either authors, they had their own businesses, or they were freelancing as creative artists. So it was very essential that we together have a contributed dream where their dream was not sacrificed at all. So the best part of the current team, which is completely virtual, is that they continue to do what they desire to do. They continue to do their own businesses and their creative work along with doing News Shuttle. So one thing that was common was a passion to grow and a passion to reach out to kids who really, really need some, not just education, but even entertainment, emotional cushioning. So the paper is just not information, it's an emotion cushion for children. So that common goal is absolutely well understood by the team, and that's what keeps us going, I feel.
Amazing, amazing. Because you need to align your goal with
Yes.
the team's goal. As I always say, team is together. Everyone achieves more. So we can absolutely. So during this tenure of 3 years, what changes you brought into New Shuttle or the framework of how you work as a team?
So, as a team, the kind of changes we brought was that we decided on giving each of the team member a month where they could be the leads for that particular edition, where they design and curate the entire planning of the newspaper and not just one page. So, they will decide the theme, they will decide everything about the paper as if they were the editors, and the final touch could be done by me so that there is also a check on everything that we don't have any misses. But each of them got a chance to be the complete editor of the paper, work on it as if it was the baby for them. And even today, if you talk to any one of us individually, you will hear exactly the same story. And I often get this feedback, how do you all speak the same language? That's because we're really very well calibrated. So that is one strongest point of News Shuttle team. And we've been together from day one. So there have been no changes in the team. That's kind of a pat on the back to each one of us. We've had our differences, but we truly respect that, yes, difference of opinion is the only way to grow better.
Wow, that's amazing. Since
True.
day one, if all the members are there, then that really
Yes.
needs a pat on the back.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, what is that one mantra that is helping you to grow as an entrepreneur?
As an entrepreneur, never give up. I think every day is a new day. So find some sunlight in everything that's happening around, and also gratitude, because when pandemic hit in, people were really lost, and so was I, and so was the team. We did feel loss of revenue was big time for us. But the only thing that we could be thankful for was that the parents who had joined us over those years before pandemic were still sticking to us. They still believed that new shuttle will bring up something more innovative for them. And that's how we realized, we had to evolve and evolve real quick. And that's when innovation shuttle came into place. So I think just being ready to evolve is very essential. You can't ignore the fact that change is most essential for a business. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Newness is change, and when you have change in your life, you bring that different aspects to your work, to your business, and there is reinvention. I would say reinventing is business. You keep on reinventing your business. So the next question that usually we ask to every women entrepreneur over here, in a business there are always ups and downs. So we would like to share one incident where you felt like above all, and one incident that was the low moment as an entrepreneur for you.
Okay. So one high moment and one low moment, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll start with low and go on to the high one. So low was, I have just touched upon it by saying pandemic, but it was rather very low, Akanksha, because our circulation was very high. We were in Bombay, Pune, Delhi schools, Shirur schools, and the spread was really good. Revenues were excessively happy, and we were in a very good state when pandemic hit us. And that is when one school after the other asked us to stop the circulation, and the circulation stopped by thousands. So that was a very big low. It kind of felt that we have fallen in a puddle, and how to get back and bounce back was a question. So yes, that was the biggest low in the last few years when we realized that the entire basic theme of our work was physical newspaper, and that could not be produced for over a year now. So yes, that was the biggest low we had. And the biggest high, I would say, being recognized as a online platform by several business communities like yourself, and also by the radio group, and felicitation at different platforms for not just News Shuttle but Innovation Shuttle. So this Innovation Shuttle, which is a group, which is an online space for children, has been wholeheartedly recognized by several platforms, and the Radio Mirchi group came into our home and took the entire journey from being a physical paper to the movement to complete online technological paper. And they took it as a story, success story for other moms of how they could use Facebook as a business medium. So that entire journey, the way it was displayed, kind of absolutely brought pride to all the team, because that was the biggest high I would feel. Yes, because it was kind of validation that it's fine, things can go wrong, and yet we can find some way out.
And you know what? When you are sharing this journey, so it feels like very infectious for me. So the happy moments, actually, I could feel those happy moments. I could feel that low moment that you shared. So
Yeah,
because last year was definitely a low for many of the
many
business.
businesses.
Yeah. So the next question that I will ask you is, and what was the support from family, like your
Uh,
own family?
yes. So I've been very fortunate to have a family who's very supportive. One being my eldest son, who was a voracious reader. So
Wow.
his inputs are always there. Every edition, there has to be criticism. So he starts with criticism, in spite of the fact that I've often told him that your feedback should always have something good first. He
Uh-huh.
starts with negative, or he would start with improvement areas. And he would say, if I was reading this as a reader, this is what is missing. So, one, his input has been of great value to us, because every time they're fresh and fearless feedback definitely helps us get a little better. Second, my spouse, who's been absolutely the backbone of the entire business, the entire technology bit of it, the online platform, the e-commerce of the website, Facebook detailing, everything is done by him. So definitely, I think they are the essential part of the team. So everybody, I think all women who are working will agree that we do need family support when we do something like this, because as women, we require validation more than anyone else. And when the validation comes from your own family, it definitely makes you feel more comfortable of your decision.
Absolutely. Very well said. Very well said. Family support is definitely a must for
True.
womenpreneurs. Wonderful. So we are a global platform for women entrepreneurs where we are trying to be a virtual incubator, where we are
Yeah.
trying to give them a platform uh, to bring maximum reach to their products and services. And along with that, so I'm a mom as well. You must have heard few voices in the background.
That's
So
the essence. Yeah.
here we have so many women, and through our business meetings, we do a one-on-one follow-up with them. And we came across this very, I would say, excuse. People may differ from my point of view, but they always say that my kids are too young that I start a business. I have an idea, and they have amazing idea to start with. They can do wonders. They have that potential. They have that capability, but they always give these two excuses. My kids are young, very young, and I won't be able to manage business because I have that mother guilt in me. And the second thing they always say, my family is my priority. So I want to know what's your take as an entrepreneur on these two statements.
So, as you rightly said, that to many it may feel like an excuse, but motherhood is very essential. It's a central part of my life, but it is not my entire life, is the message that I give to all mommies. It is definitely essential, and we surely feel families are a priority. But as much as we are priority to them, if they also find us as an important priority, they will definitely support us in our decisions to do some work. So our goal setting, if that is clearly identified, we will be able to start even when our kids are very young. Even starting with simply journaling what we want to do 5 years from now will help us. It's absolutely fine to wait for kids to be a little more grown up. But if that idea, if that seed is there in your head, then you must start the preparation. It could be taking some coaching from some business coach, or it could be simply journaling your idea. It could be setting your basics of the business. It could be planning ahead or studying more for it. But start can happen even when the kids are young, and eventually you can grow into it. That would be my one bit. And exactly, I mean, priority is a matter of choice. So we all are
You
made up of our own choices. So yeah,
definitely. So,
true.
in that, probably I can say that you are, as a mother, you are an inspiration for your kids too. So, what you are doing, children learn what they see. If they see their mom
Absolutely.
working, working on them, working on herself, so they will learn the same thing. So, if a girl child is seeing her mom being dependent on someone, or probably sacrificing her life for the family, she will be incorporating those things into her life. That I rather say conditioning. So women are setting an example for their kids, whatever they are doing.
Essentially agree to that. And also, many of them say that I am short of time. So I think none of us is short of time for things we really love doing.
Yeah,
So it's a matter of being short of energy. So if we capitalize our energy rightly, we will be able to find time to do something we really, really love. And like you
right.
rightly said, our children draw inspiration from us. If they see us that we are so disciplined that we are in a day of 24 hours able to devote 2 hours specifically for ourselves, I'm sure they would love to do that in future. So self-love is essential so that our children find that value in them from now.
Lovely, lovely. Very
And if,
well
I
said.
mean, and if being just a mother makes you feel happy, that's also absolutely perfect. But then there shouldn't be any regrets later. So,
Absolutely. Uh,
yeah,
you should, if you have if you have some idea, if you have that passion alive in you, so you should always pursue that. There is
why not?
never any delay. There should never be a delay in that. I would rather say.
Absolutely.
So three traits of being an entrepreneur according to you.
Three traits. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, discipline. Discipline is the first one.
Right.
Discipline of all sorts. Yeah, I'm still working on it. Long way to go, but discipline is definitely one key because we can't be binge watching or binge loving kids. Nothing can go overboard. There has to be a discipline.
True.
Consistency. I can't
Yes.
be promoting my business for 1 month and sleeping around comfortably and not doing anything for next 6 months. So it has to be a
Mhm.
consistent effort. And
Right.
third, I would say passion and gratitude for what you already have, and take it on from there.
Absolutely. Very true. So,
Yeah.
discipline,
Yes.
consistency, being consistent.
Yes.
Uh,
And passion. You
and
must
passion.
love what you do. Yeah.
Mhm. Right.
It's it,
To
it,
have
it
that,
cannot be something like, yes, picking up a job and not liking it at all. So
right. Absolutely. So, once we start our journey as an entrepreneur, we do face challenges, and as you rightly said, the challenges are a part of entrepreneurship journey because they give you new opportunities, and they give you the time to work upon your business and grow it, evolve your business. The right word would be that. So,
yes.
as a womenpreneur, what would be your message to all the womenpreneurs around there who want to start their own business, or aspiring womenpreneurs, or who have already started doing something of their own?
One would be, it's never too early to start. So start whenever you feel. It's never too late and it's never too early. Your kid can be 1 year and you can start. And the second
Right.
tip would be, happiness is absolutely handmade. So take charge of what your dreams are and go ahead, build your empire. Your empire can be a small mud hut or it could be a big castle. But that's your dream, so you must be in charge of building it. That's
So,
it.
who is your role model, if I talk about? Because your the whole conversation has been so interesting and so inspiring for me as well, and it's really infectious. I could just feel everything. So, who is your role model? I never asked this question to anyone, but today I'm asking.
Um, Role model, I would say it's an impact of the books. I love reading and I read a lot of Sadhguru books and
Wow,
read a lot on life psychology. Yes, so my spiritual bent is my guru, I feel. That's my role model.
amazing. That's amazing. So one common thing, and I always mention that since few episodes of ours that we have been doing this talk show, one common thing that is coming from our guest is it's never too late or it's never too early. You just start and you will be able to pave a way for your success, for your work, for your passion, for your love. So,
Yes,
ladies who all are listening to us, and people who will be watching us later, so it's all about starting. It's all about having that passion to grow
true.
your business, the love for your business. And few other things that we have learned is being disciplined. Discipline pays a lot. If you are a disciplined woman, if you are a disciplined entrepreneur, definitely you are going to make success. Being
Absolutely.
consistent, the second thing that we have learned, and the third thing that we have learned is the love, the passion for your work, the passion for your business, we have learned.
Yes,
And of course, if you have ups, don't be so overwhelmed by the ups and downs, the highs and lows in your business. Be consistent. Just keep on doing what you are doing.
yes,
And this is a wonderful interaction with the beautiful soul sitting in front of us today, and she is the founder of New Shuttle and also an online group, Innovation Shuttle, which is for kids, wherein they are organizing so many wonderful activities for the engagement of kids virtually, and they have been doing a lot of great work for kids. So we would like to know a bit about Innovation Shuttle as well over here.
Yeah. So, Innovation Shuttle is a non judgmental space, an online space for children. It's a gender neutral community, which means dads and moms are equally welcome. Guardians of any kids are welcome. The thought entirely is to give a space where children can independently learn, grow from each other. There are certain
Love.
workshops which are done by children themselves, along
Oh,
with certain expert workshops that we call different coaches to do.
mhm.
And time and again, we come up with certain competition contests so that they can learn from each other and also understand the importance of competing with each other, because competition earlier was taken as a negative statement, but today we feel that it is essential. When we are sitting back at home, we have completely lost track of certain parameters of on how to judge and how to understand what's good for kids and what's not. So definitely enjoying these competition contests online. That's the theme of Innovation Shuttle. We work on different concepts like speech, yes, mental intelligence, mental maths, drama, music, anything and everything. So you must visit Innovation Shuttle to get a pinch of idea of what all we do. Currently, we're working on storytelling competition, which is accompanied by two special workshops by the experts.
Mhm.
And the entire month of August, we plan to celebrate stories by children. So that's the theme for the month.
Lovely, lovely. So, from new shuttle to innovation shuttle, this is the last question that I'm going to ask you. I'm sorry for that. So, how did it happen from new shuttle to innovation shuttle?
Innovation Shuttle Akanksha is completely a pandemic baby, and
Okay.
it's an unplanned baby. So there's nothing which was thought about it, and it only came into being because pandemic hit, the revenue completely stopped, and
Mhm.
we realized that we wanted to keep the community intact. Not just revenue was not even the thought when we started it 2 years back, when pandemic hit us 1.5 year back. So we started
Right.
it with the only thought that the families that were with us should stay committed with us. And we
Wonderful.
started serving them by giving them different workshops, sessions, inviting children to speak about their emotional level at that time, because they
Mhm.
were the most hard hit. They could not step out of the houses, they could not meet their school friends. So the thought was purely to help them.
Lovely.
So
So
Innovation
wonderful.
Shuttle is a pandemic baby, and the aim is to help kids. Yeah.
Here,
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
could wonderful example of customer experience over here. So last time we were working a lot on this, and we were telling our womenpreneurs that you need to have empathy towards your customers. Show them that you care for them. And ladies, who all are everyone who is watching us, who is listening to us, this is a wonderful example of customer experience. So they from an uh, physical
Physical
newspaper for
paper.
they went to the complete online newspaper, and also they took the charge of building that community around that. They wanted to keep their customers intact, and they have been providing a lot of service to their customers. So this is a wonderful example of customer experience. So this is how we learn from each other, and this is how we get inspiration. So, and somehow I'm unable to see the comments over here because I have
No
already
worries.
shared. There was a technical error, but definitely I'll be replying
I'm
to
just a
every
message away on Facebook.
yeah, definitely. We will be doing that for sure. So, this was an interesting and very inspirational interaction with you. Just loved every example that you shared with us, the incident of your own life that you shared with us. So we are grateful to you that you spared some schedule, some time from your busy schedule. And today you are here with us, sharing your success story with us. Thank you so much, Shweta, for being here today.
Thank you, Akanksha, for inviting. You're truly humble. Thank you so, so much. All the best to the team.
Thank
Thank
you. Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.